What's going on, everyone? It is your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Jug here with our Week 10 battle. Yeah, Week 10 battle. I don't know why the name was right there. Messed me up there. Week 10 battle, though, of the NBA. This is our last match of the season before playoffs because we have, of course, won 7 wins to end the season, but we can make it one more and we can solidify that #1 seed. So, kind of would like that, but if I don't, it's not the end of the world. But we are taking on Coach Real Esteban, and I believe they are clinched for playoffs regardless. But I know if they get a win, they won 100% guarantee a safety blanket in terms of like we guarantee then make playoffs type of thing. So they're definitely gonna try to play to win this one. They're definitely not gonna, do this or that, anything like that. So, definitely expect a tough game here. Excuse me. Whew. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how well they do in this match. We again, like I said, we're 7-2 going into this game. So win, guarantee #1 seed. Lose, we're out. The other reason this is gonna be a post com is I was an idiot and accidentally clicked on one of my YouTube video things I was watching, and it accidentally popped up. And I don't want any potential copyright or anyone trying to say I'm claiming of stealing their videos and stuff like that. These are videos that I'm just watching, but I accidentally clicked on them when I was trying to prep. So again, it was just one of those things where it was an accident and an accident only. So, but we are here against Espinal, and he pretty much brought exactly what we expected him to bring, except he brought Tyranitar, no Raikou. Raikou not being here was seriously surprising to me. And again, as I said, if I didn't say before, I was very surprised that he would bring Tyranitar. I mean, I have a really good ground that checks it. I have two phenomenally good fighting types that check it. I have a really good steel type that can really pressure it. I was just kind of just surprised really why he would bring this when it doesn't really match up that well against my team. Like I wouldn't say it was like a bad bring against my team, but I just felt like it wasn't really, something I would see. A little shocked to not also see Moltres. I thought like Moltres was relatively decent in this matchup as well. So definitely gonna have to put on my thinking cap though. And after looking back at this battle, I definitely felt like I should have brought my Terramon because my Terramon actually really, really could have put in some good offensive pressuring in this matchup. So it is what it is, though. Let's go ahead and get into the battle. But if you guys are excited, if you like haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already. So join the First Rock Crew today because we are the king of the crew. We are crushing the view gain right now. It's all thanks to all of you. So thank you everyone for showing your love and support on the videos lately. I've been really happy that I'm getting the editing back up there. And really just glad I'm stepping up the content a little bit for you guys, which makes me very happy. So let's go ahead and get into the battle itself. So he's gonna lead off with his iron treads here. Now, I thought this was a really great lead for me because he actually does do nothing to me. Like I'm very defensive. I set up a bulk up here. I go for the return right here, which is going to do about 50%, which does prove that this was a physically defensive Weezing. And he's actually going to go straight for the clear smog. Really good tech on his end. And you can just clearly tell as well that it was levitate by the fact he brought that thing in. So there was that. But I got another free +1 off as I get a return off. Then he's forced to click Clear Smog, get a little bit of chip damage. I basically recover all that off. Again, I bulk up here. I click return now. Now, there were a couple of plays that got through my mind right here. Now, there were two plays I could have made on the following turn here because he basically now dies to return. I could have made a very big read right here and actually clicked Earthquake there because there's a reason. He knows return's going to kill him, and so he has to switch out now. So I could have actually made the play into clicking Earthquake here, but unfortunately I don't make that play. I decided to take the safe play and actually go for the return, and that's without +1, mind you add. That was really good. So now I was looking at this Empoleon set, and there's a couple things I'm at. If it's no HP, we just low rolled that hit, but if it's like max HP, it was like a max roll in that hit. So I decided to just go for the Earthquake here, as he reveals to be pretty speedy and have 63 investment right there. So part of me just thinks that this thing was very offensive, relatively offensive. I mean, I wasn't having like a ton of crazy special bulk, but I was 128 in my spadef, so kind of a little surprised that that didn't kill there. But he's actually going to click knockoff here, which actually is kind of a choke on his end right there. He could have actually just gotten rid of my Mama Bear, but now he just loses his Empoleon for no reason. Now he's going to come in with Boom Burst here, and I did find out after the match he was indeed choice Specs. So this is where I really make a pretty cool play here. I decided to stay into Gem, go into Gem, and I didn't like do what I thought I wanted to do for Gem here And here's the reason why. With Gem, I wanted to keep it regular because if it's Scarf, it doesn't 2 KO me. If it's normal, if it's Specs, however, it will 2 KO me, especially if I don't Mega Evolve. So I decided to go ahead and go for the Mega Evolution right here afterwards, after I do this much of damage. I was really so close to clicking. I was so close clicking Earth Power there. But there was one reason why I decided to make the switch out, and it's a very valid explain right here. But also, this is very questionable play on his end as well. You can argue about arguing with that. I switched out because the fact that he brought that in made me think that told me this was potentially a Scarf set, and I really didn't want to take the hit there. So he goes for the Ice Spinner here. I go for the Will-O-Wisp here, which is really good. And now I'm just going to go for a free Hex right here, as he actually brings in the Wheezing. But now I get the free Volt Switch here, and I basically get a kill here. So Wheezing goes down, which is really good for us. But now I go right into my gem right here. And honestly, I probably make a really dumb play on my end. What I probably should have done here, instead of going Gem, I should have went probably my Roaring Moon or into my Iron Moth. Probably Roaring Moon because I would have gone the Speed Raise right there, and then what I could have done is I could have Dragon Dance in front of this thing, and I actually could have put in a lot of good work here. I go for the Moonblast, which doesn't do too much damage. He goes for the Dragon Dance here. And I was actually looking at the calcs here. It looks like that was potentially max HP on the Tyranitar. So I go into my 3 minutes here. Now my Roaring Moon. If he has Rock Slide, he has to get a maximum of 90% with his Jolly to do damage to kill me. So basically, he needs to get max roll to kill me. So I had to play for him missing or not getting the roll, but it reveals he has Ice Punch, and that's pretty much going to be the game. I have to somehow now stall at the sand turns and try to lower the differential as much as I possibly can. He basically reveals to me that he's not have Crunch, and he's basically going to get these kills right here. And we get here, and you're going to see right here that my booster energy is going to activate, but it activates the wrong things because he just both my special attack and speed were tied at 360. However, I was timid natured on my 360 or 361, whichever both of them were at. So, for some weird reason, my Moth special attack was raised versus the speed that was raised. So, Booster Energy kind of screwed me over here a little bit, but after talking to him a little bit at the matchup, he did reveal that he was specs on his Exploud. So, in the end, it would not have mattered. He would have really just been able to beat me 3-0 or 2-0, depending on the differential. But like I said, any psychic move from his Latias to get like Psyshock kills me. Psychic, if it literally gets the lowest of all low rolls, then it kills me. But Boom Burst Explode just basically picks the kill unless I crit. So I think theoretically speaking, he still had the game won. It just would have really came down to potentially him winning it with Latias or Explode. So it would have been at least probably a 3-0 loss instead of a 4-0 loss. So it is what it is, though. I'm not going to really take that too long with a grain of salt. At first, I was upset, but then looking back at it, I kind of also just probably didn't win. I probably should not have brought Raska or probably Rotom Fan possibly. But I just felt like there was no reason for him to bring TTAR, in my personal opinion, just because again I had so many good checks to TTAR. But if I do face him off in a rematch, though, I think I now gauge what he wants to try to do, and I'm definitely have to rethink out my playstyle going to him next week and figuring out what he wants to bring versus us again. So this is gonna